I felt that I should touch base on the Starbucks incident that took place in Philadelphia a few days ago concerning two black men that were arrested by the police in a Starbucks coffee shop or restaurant for doing nothing. And if this doesn't show the perpetuation of how we as black folks in America are treated, and not just America, but primarily America, but all over the world, if this doesn't show as one example, one of many examples, then I don't know what else to say. But these two men, they went into Starbucks to wait for a friend because they were going to have a meeting inside of Starbucks. Now, they didn't have to disclose this information to anyone. It was between them. So, when they went in, one decided that he had to go to the bathroom. And there was a lady who was the manager, a white lady, who told him that he couldn't use the bathroom if he wasn't buying anything. Now, go figure. This is a coffee shop now, a restaurant. As long as I have been living, I have never seen that happen in any restaurant, in any Starbucks, in any coffee shop that I have ever frequented. Never. As a matter of fact, every coffee shop that I've ever been in, and it's been many, you will find college students, the average Joe. You will see the average person sitting in there holding a conversation, sitting using their laptops, on their cell phones. No meal, no coffee sitting in front of them oftentimes. Sometimes they'll get it later on. They'll sit down and set their laptop up, as I've done before. I'm there for about 5 minutes sometimes, and I get up and I go get something and I come back to the table. Why did this not happen with these two black men? Why did the lady call the police on these two men that posed no threat? They were not malicious in their behavior. They didn't throw around expletives. They were just minding their own business, waiting on a friend. Now, chances are, I don't know this, but chances are once that friend would have arrived for their meeting, they probably would have purchased something in Starbucks. But they sit there waiting no longer than 5 or 6 minutes within that period of time. Look how fast it was. Not one police officer, not two, but it was between 7 and 8 or more police officers inside the restaurant, questioning them, and then ultimately arresting them and walking them out of the restaurant. Now, if you think that there's nothing wrong with what happened, then why did the police commissioner say that his police officers were wrong in what they did? Why did he also say that he thought that you had to purchase something in there, and he found out that that wasn't true, that you could sit in there, read a book or whatever, and not necessarily purchase anything immediately? He said he did not know that that was their policy, that you could do that. But still, to have two men arrested, just so happens that they were black again, escorted out, taken to the police station, and processed and locked up for about 9 hours. The CEO of Starbucks received a lot of phone calls and letters. It was a firestorm thrown towards Starbucks, and he apologized to the men. Now, I haven't seen this as of the recording of my video right now, but he should have compensated them men. I'm not saying made them millionaires, because it's not that serious, but it's serious enough the fact that he caused them to have, or his business caused them to have, a police record. Now it has to be expunged if it has not already been in the process of being expunged. And the CEO of Starbucks should give them free coffee for a year, 2 years, 5 years, maybe forever, to have inconvenienced them like that and to have them arrested, physically incarcerated for doing nothing wrong. So the commissioner, or the police commissioner, apologized, and so did the CEO of Starbucks apologize. And then he also said that, I believe it's May the 28th, he's going to close all of his Starbucks stores and issue some mandatory training so that this never happens again in any of his restaurants. There are some that contend that one day is not enough. It's at least a step. And for him to go to this particular level to bring awareness to what happened, it does indeed smell like something actually was wrong with that situation. So for anybody to follow up on my video and say that, oh, the lady wasn't wrong for calling the police, then why is the CEO doing what he's doing? And why did the police commissioner apologize? It's not just media pressure, because they get media pressure all the time. Every time a police officer, a white police officer, shoots down a black man in the street, they get media pressure. They don't change their mind, though, about the black guy that they shot. And the police officer usually just walks away. Administrative leave, paid leave, exonerated, found not guilty. But somebody paid attention in this particular instance and said that we did something wrong. So I'm saying this: those two black individuals, those two men, should be compensated. And I could tell that one guy was really, really touched by what happened. He was emotionally distraught. I could tell that it affected him emotionally. And he didn't like it. When he was interviewed a couple times, he was jittery. I mean, I can't believe that this happened to me for just waiting on a friend. But anyway, welcome to America, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think about this Starbucks incident? Do you think the men should be compensated? Should they get free coffee, lattes, or what have you for the next several years? Should they be given $5,000 a piece and say, well, we're sorry? I don't know. Tell me what you think. This is Brother Teacher.